What's up guys, we're going to be doing a deck profile here for Predaplants again. This one is a Black Garden variant, as you could see by the actual thumbnail of this video. Without further ado, let's just get started right away. So obviously starting off right off the bat, we are playing 3 copies of Orpha Scorpio, still our main card that actually gets in our big plays and combos and everything like that. Darling Tonia Cobra, it's a once per duel effect. I don't want to clog up the deck a little too much there. Some can get away with playing 2, but overall it's pretty tight in this deck. Playing 3 copies of Clamedo Sundew, basically a walking polymerization, so definitely really nice and worth playing. We are playing 1 Drosphyllum Hydra, one of your kaijus of course. We are also playing 2 copies of Banksioga, again just another kaiju option as well. We are focusing more on using the Predator counters, so it'll definitely be quite fun there. I apologize for a bit of the glare over there, but we're just going to show the cards anyway right in front. So here is Squid Drosera. This is going to be a very important card. Basically you could discard this card and target one of your face-up monsters, and this turn it can actually attack all monsters your opponent controls that actually have a Predator counter. This can actually combo well with Banksioga, since if Banksioga is actually sent to the grave, all your opponent's monsters or all your opponent's face-up monsters get a Predator counter. So it kind of combos Squid Drosera with Banksioga, so it's definitely quite nice. Playing 2 copies of Saracenians, still a very nice hand trap and also opens you up with very interesting combos as well. Playing 2 copies of Spinodionea, dropped it down to 2, simply because yes, although it's a beat stick, it doesn't do too much else, and as a result I'm kind of trying to make more room for this deck. We're also playing 3 copies of our Lone Fire Blossom, simply just to start off our combos, and it also is going to be relevant for a specific combo as well. But that's it for the monsters, let's move on to spells. Alright, so for spells, obviously we're going to be playing Black Garden here. Black Garden is going to be part of our main combo and how our different playstyles are, and also acts as a very defensive card as well, so it's definitely quite nice. But the secondary effect, which allows you to destroy your monsters, your plant monsters on the field, on your field and your opponent's field, to special something equal to the attack of the total combined plants you destroyed. So it's definitely quite nice. You just have to know your times tables by increments of 800, so yeah, it's going to be quite nice there. But yeah, I'm playing 2 copies of Black Garden and 1 copy of Terraforming. I don't want to actually play 3 of that. I'd rather just search it out instead, just for more so a bit of deck thinning, and also you're not going to really need multiple versions of these cards. It's more so you just want consistency, so it's kind of like we're playing 3, but at the same time we're technically just playing 2. Saves the space of the deck. Now I'm also trying out a new tech here. Frozen Rose, really great card, but basically most of our deck is going to be plant monsters, but you can send a face-up monster you control to the graveyard and apply one of these effects. Now if it's a plant monster, during your end phase you can draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. It just really helps out for drawing and getting more cards into your hand, whereas if it's a non-plant, which rarely happens in this deck, you are actually able to add a level 4 lower plant monster from your deck. So again, another consistency card, but also just something that's really nice to go with. We are playing 3 copies of Predator Pruning. I just think this card's really amazing. You could take out one of them, put in a Monster Reborn, but since this is actually searchable, I think I'd rather just play 3 of these. I mean, you could actually just add off Saracenians, and we're playing 2 copies of those anyway, so it's definitely quite nice. We're also playing 2 copies of Predaponics, again, just another Monster Reborn. We want to generate as many monsters on the board to allow us to actually combo off with Black Garden. Otherwise, it's giving us more materials for Fusion Summon. Now, of course, we're playing Darling Tonia Cobra, so Poly, Fusion Substitute, and Ultra Poly as well. We're also playing a Fragrance Storm. You can actually destroy one of the tokens from Black Garden, even though it's on your opponent's side of the field as well, so definitely quite nice there. We're also playing a 1-for-1 because we have level 1 targets, and we're playing 2 copies of Predaplast. This card's just a really amazing card to give your opponents tokens. We're also playing 2 copies of Refusion because we have plenty of fusion monsters we can bring back. Already talked about this card in past deck profiles, so check out those if you want a bit more explanation on it. 2 instant fusion and 2 allure. Alright, so moving on to the extra deck, we're playing 1 copy of Greedy Venom. This card, I think it's just better at 1 of because the extra deck's a bit tight here. And it can also come back anyway by banishing Starving Venom, which will also be playing 1 of. He'll be part of a combo, but of course he's definitely still really amazing at 1. So Predaplant, Dragostapelia makes sense, only fitting 1 of them in. Playing 2 copies of Chimera Flesia, still worth it, definitely think 2's more than enough. Theseus as our instant fusion target to go for rank 8, sorry about the glare. Thousand Eyes Restrict to take our opponent's monsters, and also target for Link Karibo and Instant Fusion. Star Eater because it's very easy to go into with Banksy Ogre and Hydra, and we have Beals. We also have Black Rose, you know, with Sea Monster and some of the level 2s or 3s, you could go into these really easily. Most likely we can't go into Beals with Sea Monster of Theseus, so you could probably put in Omega instead, but Banksy Ogre plus any other level 2 would bring out Beals. Playing a Break Sword, he'll be relevant for the combo. Playing a Summon Sorceress, very necessary, a Reproticus, and Underclock Taker. Now, Underclock Taker is generic and helps with OTKs because you have big beat sticks. Reproticus actually helps you get into your Summon Sorceress. And of course we have Link Karibo as well because it's just such an amazing defense card. But that's pretty much it for the deck. So yeah. Alright, so let's quickly do a combo video. Here's a 5 card combo utilizing Black Garden. So right off the bat we'll activate Black Garden. We'll normal summon Lone Fire Blossom, which will immediately give your opponent a token. Lone Fire Blossom will trigger himself off, bringing out another Lone Fire, giving your opponent another token. You can tribute off this to bring out your 3rd one, which will bring out another token. From there you could tribute this one off and bring out your Orpheus Scorpio, bringing out another token. Now of course Orpheus Scorpio will activate, discarding your Banksy Ogre. So put it in the grave, and by tributing it to the grave, so all of these will go in the grave, you could actually special summon our Cobra. So Cobra will search for your polymerization, and immediately from there you want to take Orpheus Scorpio and the Darlingtonia Cobra and Synchro summon, XE summon the 2, which will go for your Break Sword, bring you out another token. Actually you're meant to get another token from Cobra anyway, but it doesn't matter because you're going to use Break Sword's effect, detach, get rid of Black Garden, and get rid of one of the tokens. And from there, you can now activate Predator Pruning, which will special summon back Banksy Ogre from your hand earlier that you discarded. You'll take Polymerization, fusing Break Sword and Banksy Ogre together, and you'll bring out your Starving Venom. Since Banksy Ogre left, all these tokens get a Predator counter. And Starving Venom will gain 800 from one of the special summon monsters, so we just choose any one. Sorry about that, knocked over the camera, but basically from there, Starving Venom will be 3600 attack. Squid Drosera, you can discard this card from your hand and basically target one of your face-up monsters. It can attack every monster your opponent controls that actually has a Predator counter. Now, since all your opponent's monsters have a Predator counter, Starving Venom can basically attack 4 times, 1 per each, and since they're all in attack mode, like 800 take away 36 take away 800 from each of these would make it 2800 attack, but that's 2800 direct damage 4 times, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty much more than 8k, so easily you got yourself a 1-turn OTK there. So that's pretty much just one of the fun combos you could actually produce if you get lucky enough to get this hand, but overall it's just a really fun deck. You could make smaller combos with this, but yeah, this is just one for example. So hope you guys actually enjoyed this deck profile plus this bonus combo, and hope you guys actually have fun with this. In the meantime, hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.